Hello beautiful, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Candy and today we are going to be doing my hair. I received so many questions about like how I style my wigs, how I maintain them, where do I get my wigs from. So I'm going to link all of that in the description box. You can press the little arrow button and that will reveal all the links so you can shop from there. But I'm also going to take you through the process. So I just washed my wig, like a couple of them. Yesterday was like wig wash day. With that being said, so once I wash my wig, typically what I'll do is just use like my little hooded cap thing that I use, like hooded towel, and I will like put it in there and just let it dry. So that way it like contains all the water, but it also keeps it from getting frizzy. So this is what the wig looks like when I wash it. You can see it's got a very loose wave to it. So I've been buying wigs for this company since quarantine actually, because they were like the only brand that actually had wigs that were reasonably priced, and I've been happy with the quality overall. What I will say though is that I did order one wig from them and I didn't love it. I tried to return it and they gave me such a runaround that I ended up just keeping it. So now I just kind of stick to the same style of wig, and I will link that in the description box. You just press the little arrow, it'll be linked there. I just stick to the same style that I know. I order it in either a 20, which is what I have on now, or a 22, which is what this one is. And that's it. The construction of the wigs are pretty standard. It's got like the open netting there, so that way you can do a deep part on it, and then everything else is like banded. It has this. I sometimes will take and use a strap, sometimes I won't. Recently I haven't, because as you guys know, I use this little thing to keep it secured, and I just put a wig cap on. So that is how I do it. Once I receive the wigs, I do pluck the part because it comes like pre-plucked. You can see it comes pre-plucked, but I like to just part it a little bit deeper. That's a trick that Kiara actually taught me. So we just go in and like, you know, take out a couple pieces in the center and just make that part a little bit wider, but not too wide. I also dye them black typically. I love black hair. This one I left actually with the color that it comes, and I just added like some highlights in the top for fall because I wanted to change it up. So that's the wigs. Like I said, normally comes like this. What I did last night for my hair was a little bit different. This one I actually put like those hard rollers, I'll pop a picture in it, and then I put it under the hooded dryer. It came out pretty, but I don't think that the curls are enough like for me to go and shoot content. But I am shooting content, so I need it to be a little bit more I don't know what you call it, finished. That's what it's called. So I'm going to curl it. I like to curl my hair in front of the TV on a wig head. But for this video, obviously I'm going to just curl it on my head. I'm going to be using my T3 curling system. Again, I've shown this to you guys quite a couple times. Like, I mean, I've shown you this a few times, but this is my go-to. I love the T3 systems. The barrels are made of ceramic and they just give the hair a beautiful shine. You don't have to use really, really high heat on them, which I love that. And this particular one, it goes narrow and then tapered out, so it gives you a beautiful like cascading wave. We also have the other clips because this system, as I've explained, you can unlock it and change out the barrel heads, which is amazing for travel, okay? You literally just take the wand, you take whatever pieces you need, pop them in the bag, and it's so easy. I know this system is a bit of an investment. They go on sale. So if you watch it, you'll actually find them. They'll go on sale every once in a while. I'm also going to be using my electric hot comb. Again, another product that I use all the time and have shown you in my Get Ready With Me's. And if you've never checked out a Get Ready With Me, you're missing out. I show you how I do my makeup looks, hair, and then we, of course, try on clothes. But anyway, so I love this one. It's electric. It is really nice for getting the part flat because you always want this part to be really, really flat. And that's what gives it a more natural look. So I use that hot comb for that. Other than that, product wise, I like to use the Coconut Miracle. Let me pull it here. Look at that, very nice. So I like to do this one. This is the Coconut Miracle Oil. It gives a really nice shine, but it doesn't weigh your hair down, which is nice. I use about like a nickel size amount, and I just kind of like real fast, run it through my hair. We don't want it to be in one spot. So I just kind of like take my hand, and then once I've distributed it through the hair, I'm going to take it here. Right. Because you don't want too much oil. I like to start in the front because it's the most important part. And by the time I get to the back, I'm already like ready to be done with it. So the curls will start to get a little less perfected. So I take about an inch or so piece and just wrap it around the barrel. Okay, and then you just pull it off. Look at that. You see? Very simple. And again, I love this one because you don't have to leave it on for like an extended amount of time. It just really does what it's supposed to do. I'll do another one. I always curl it away from the face. That's another trick. And then you don't have to curl like that little half-inch piece right here. You don't have to curl that. Leave the tip uncurled and then just pull down. Don't separate the curls yet. Leave them so that way they lock in place, because basically the heat is what's gonna mold your curls, but the cooling process is what locks it in. So if you just like comb it out right away, your curls are not gonna last as long. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, I always say I don't put heat on my hair as like often as people think. I try really hard. Not to put a lot of heat on my wigs, which is what helps them to last a bit longer. So I mean, I wear them every day, and if you curl them every day, they'll just be fried. So with that being said, I normally do this process once every 2 weeks. I wash it and then I will curl the whole thing. And then every couple days, I will recurl as needed the pieces that are in the front, especially because that's where people mostly see. And actually, like, the back is always, it just stays a little bit better. And then once I'm getting towards like the second week, that's when you guys will start seeing me do like my side ponytails and things like that, because, you know, I just don't want to have to recurl the whole thing. And it's just like another way to change it up without having to add heat. So as you see, I just kind of like part it straight up. So I'm getting it from here to here. These pieces are starting to get a little bit bigger. So obviously I will like split it in half. And then I just keep going backwards. Now, some people will tell you that the curls come out really pretty if you change it up. Like if you change up the direction that you are curling it, it'll give you more volume. What I will say about this vendor is that their wigs do come 180 density. So with that being said, it's pretty thick on its own without me having to do too much. So you see, I just do this. It's very simple. I get so many questions about it. And you see the shine? I'm telling you, the T3 is just amazing. Look at that. Like, I was so skeptical about getting this curling system just because it's expensive. And I went to Costco, actually. So if you have a Costco membership, check out Costco, because they did have not that system, but they did have some of the single pass, like regular curling irons and flat irons from T3. And that's what happened is I bought that. And then I bought like the regular curler. And I was like, oh wow, like this curling iron is really good. So then when I noticed on Ulta, that it was on sale. And I was like, this system was on sale. And I reached out to my friend Natalie from Natalie in the City. And she had this curling wand system. And I was like, Natalie, like, is it really good? And she was like, yes, it's really good. So I saw that it was on sale at Ulta and I snatched it up. You see how I kind of hold it a little sometimes, like especially in the back because the hair is just a little longer. I will hold it to make sure it sets. See, so like if I let it naturally drop, you see how loose that went. But if I would have held it and just supported the curl a little bit more, it just would tighten it up. But it's all good. So I am going to finish curling my hair. I'll do a little... fully curled, and we're back. Now it's time to go in and like basically fix the top because you can see it's a little frizzy. Not too bad. I actually kind of liked the way the roller set looked, so I think if it was on a more casual day or like maybe a different wig, I would definitely have rocked it that way. So we're gonna go in and fix it. So I don't like glue it down or anything because I like to take them off at night. And like I said, this particular one doesn't have a strap. It's just being held on with that grip that I have underneath it. And a stocking cap. And you can see where my stocking cap ends and the grip starts. Because this one doesn't have the sheer piece through it. I have one that also has a sheer piece through it. I wear that as well. But I don't know where it is right now. So we'll deal with this one. No one ever like sees this part. Like honestly, my head is never down, so don't worry. People see all of that. But even if it was like you could put a little concealer. I normally don't, I'm being honest. I just rock it and never really had anyone say, I can see where your wig cap ends. And if they did, moving on. So for the top, what I like to do is turn on my electric hot comb. I thought it was on this whole time. This one, I do crank it up to like 15. I think it goes to 20, but I use it on 15. I don't put anything on the roots until after I finish flat ironing it. And then once I do that, I'm going to use a little bit of the Mizani spray hold. There we go. Styling hold. What is this called? Styling and finish and polish. It helps with like humidity. It has a very light hold, nothing too crazy. And it says it gives sheen, but I don't really need it for that. I also like to use the TGIN Rose Water Mousse, and I use this to just smooth down like any frizzies or flyaways or anything like that. That's a tip my sister gave me. And last but not least, like every other day, I will use this one. This is the Nourishing Coconut Oil Weightless Hydrating Mist. So it's basically like the mist version of the oil. And those are the products that I use on my wig. I don't really use anything else. I used to use a heat protector on my wigs beforehand, but I haven't really noticed the difference with this particular wig. So now I'm gonna take my flat iron and I'm just gonna go in. First of all, I'm trying to make this part as straight as possible. It never like stays straight, so. And then I just go in right into the roots. And I kind of lift it up because I don't want to like press the hot comb against my actual scalp. So I kind of lift it up. And that gives me some leverage also to kind of like dig in there and like straighten. And I just straighten that part right here in the back. So not really straightening that much. You can see it's just from here to here. But look at the difference. Do you see how much flatter this side is over that one? Yeah. That's what we want. And honestly, there's nothing else that gets in there the way a hot comb does. Because it will burn a hole. And that's why you see me moving it and really just combing through. But that's it. That's what I do to get it to look a little bit more natural. Now that that's done, I'm going to take my mousse and I do just like a half a pump. So like a quarter size amount. And then I just take that and smooth it. Or the flyaways. Okay. And then I'm going to take my Mizani and I just do a little bit. Growing up, my mom and aunt had a hair salon, and every time I spray this, it reminds me of my childhood and being in the hair salon. I love it so much. So yes, that's it. And then now I'm going to take my wide tooth comb and I'm going to comb out my curls. I don't let the hairspray sit for too long with the curls locked in because again, they've already cooled in their shape. So they should already be holding. Here we go. All right, let's do the other side. You could also use a paddle brush to comb out your curls as well if you want. And that's a really pretty way to do it. I love it. I love every time I wash my hair. And my curls are just so nice and feel so good and just bouncy. Love, love, love. All right, so hair is done. Like I said, I typically will spray this every couple of days, but I'll just spray a little bit so that you guys can see like what it does. So come closer. So just so you can see. And then what I do is I just take my hands and run it through. You see the shine? It's so pretty. You can see the difference a little bit. So let's add a little to the side. And then rub it through. And the hair is done. So you can play with the front curls if you want them like a little bit more in your face, you want a little bit more volume, just use your hands and like add that to it. I even love these curls like after the second day and they've had a little bit more time to like relax and do their thing. It just turns into a really beautiful wave and I love that as well. So I hope that you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. I do read all of the comments and I try to respond to as many questions as I can. But yeah, if you have any questions about products that I use, anything that you're struggling with when it comes to maintaining your own wigs and you need some tips, let me know down in the comments. I also will link the shampoo and conditioner that I use. I don't have it in a bathroom with me, but I'll also link that as well, just so you guys know it's a really inexpensive shampoo and conditioner, but it does work for the hair. One tip while washing my wigs, I like to just kind of like use a bucket and put the shampoo and conditioner in the bucket and then kind of like wave the hair through and then just let it like drain. I don't like to use like a lot of pressure because that just starts to like make your hair like mat up. So I just kind of like don't play with it while it has shampoo and conditioner on it, pretty much. And then when I have the conditioner on, if you want, I can do a video on how I do like wash day. Let me know down in the comments. But when I have the conditioner in, I use this brush to detangle. So this one or my wet brush. If you aren't already following me on Instagram, you are missing out, okay? Your girl does daily vlogs. I post a lot of hot sale items, things that will sell out way before I can ever get them to a YouTube video. So you do not want to miss out. Please join the fam over on Instagram. It's Candesland on all platforms. So most importantly, go live life out loud and then come back and tell your girl all about it. I love you guys. Be blessed.